So, while studying fake medical treatments, what valuable discovery did psychologist Dan Ariely make about the placebo effect? So, while studying fake medical treatments, what valuable discovery did psychologist Dan Ariely make about the placebo effect?
Up until Ed said placebo effect in that question, I was sure the answer was, he discovered the placebo effect. No, that's not. Unfortunately, I think I do know this one, so I'm going to leave this one to Stuart and Davina.
Right, hang on. So this lad, Ariely, was doing a bit of experimenting. He found the placebo effect, but he also found something else.
He found something about it, yeah. So what do you know about the placebo effect?
That if like prayer works as long as you know that you're being prayed for.
As long as you believe it, basically, right?
Or you don't know, surely. It's the control group and then the group that don't know they're getting a placebo. So isn't it as long as you don't know that you're in the placebo group?
Oh, yeah, well, maybe that's implying a different thing. But like if you're told that you are being prayed for, you feel the benefits of it in the same way that if you are given a drug, even if it's a sugar pill, and are told that it's good, you will feel better, right? You will have some sort of feeling of improvement. And so what did he discover? Did he discover that like the more dramatic the intervention, the greater the placebo effect?
You're getting along the right line. So you've picked up that the placebo effect is obviously where they feel a benefit from it. And the patients believed they were receiving something, or people believed they were receiving something. But there was one thing that's changed about it that seemed to make the treatment work.
Is it the narrative around it? Like the, I can't remember what you call it, like the orchestra, the theatre of, like the performance of the placebo, like the being seen to do the sort of medical procedures. I think maybe this is like
almost
in Goldaper's book. It's something about the narrative of medicine. It's like, sorry, I'm trying to remember what it is.
You're actually along the right line. So if you think about this in your day-to-day life. So if you were looking at things that you do to make yourself feel better, can you think of any sort of examples of a placebo effect where it might not actually make any difference rationally, but
like good luck. Like I step on two. If I see two pavements together, I step on them for luck.
Is that? I thought that was bad luck.
It's self folklore. It's folklore from my own sort of folkloric tradition.
Right, I stand corrected. Not going to argue with someone's own traditions.
You cannot.
What if you don't do anything to make yourself feel better ever?
That's such a bleak question.
I can't think of anything I do to make.
If you were unwell, let's say, think of anything you particularly
ginger and orange things that.
Okay, so take that ginger and orange then. Let's take that ginger and orange. What
Inject
things
it.
might you do? Yeah, quite.
Yeah.
And is there anything different?
One of my favourite placebo effect stories, and this is why I'm keeping quiet here. One of my favourite stories is that like injections do work better as placebos than taking the pill. There's also, I think, the story, and this is one of those stories that might not have survived like replication crisis and double checking, but there was a wonderful story that red placebos for like antidepressants are better than blue ones. Apart from in Italy, in men, because the Italian football team plays in blue. Now, is that true, or is that one study that's been quoted out of context? Couldn't tell you. Good story. But if I'm right, Ed, this is something along those lines, right?
So if you take what Tom has said, what other things could you apply that to about certain treatments?
Football, tradition.
But what sort of things would make you change your perception of that treatment?
Whether the doctor's wearing a white coat. No, genuinely, like the presentation of it.
Let's go back to your ginger. What was it? Ginger and
orange when you have the flu or cold.
Would it make a difference about where you got it from?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe if you got it from
Backstreet.
the pharmacy, the Backstreet Boys. Yeah.
yeah.
Where I get my ginger from.
And what would be the big difference there? Do you think
the more expensive or the more medically associated it was? Say it was for the pharmacy or the GP, the more I'd believe in it, I guess. Whereas if I'd made it for myself.
I'm hoping that's right, because there was a key word in the question that clued me in here.
Yep. So you actually hit the nail on the head. So he said that what he found was that the more expensive placebos work better than the cheaper ones. And this is quite an interesting phenomenon across the board. We all do it, whether it's, stuff like ginger tea and things like that. But also, if you look at I mean, the one for me that pops out is that when you go to the supermarket, if you've got a cough cold, which I've had, you see all the array of cough cold medicines, and you've got the expensive ones at the top. They're all like 10 quid, 12 quid. And they all contain ibuprofen and paracetamol, or a mixture of those two. Yet you look at the bottom, you've got exactly the same medications, exactly the same doses. You can read the labels and they're pennies compared to it. But people will buy those thinking that they spent more money, and therefore the placebo effect of that could help them in that way. So it does still continue today. So Dan and his colleagues ran some experiments looking at how the expectations influenced the placebo effect. And one study, the participants were given what they believed was a pain relief drug, was actually a placebo. And some were told that the pill cost $2.50, while the others had been told it had been discounted to 10 cents. And even though the pills were identical, the expensive version relieved pain significantly more often. So it suggests that value is influencing the medical outcomes through expectation. And it is often cited in behavioural economics as well.
The Lateral book is out now. Just click on the link to get your copy.